Welcome to LinkedIn Business Basics. I'm Trainer Lori. What is LinkedIn? Well, it's the social media outlet to help manage your career and network. With more than 175 million users and growing, I almost hesitate to put a number in because it's growing so fast. Share your expertise or learn from others. It's a great place to store your online resume, and remember the rule of ABC, always be connecting, and this is a great way to do it. It's important to build your professional brand because you can't be all things to all people. And you remain anonymous until you position yourself. Just like a company has to brand itself, you need to brand yourself. We need to do that in the marketplace, whether we're looking for a job or not. One day we'll probably be looking for a job. It's important to start with your profile. So click on Profile, or you can click the settings under your name. If you choose Profile, you have multiple options in there to edit your profile. Make sure that you use a professional photo at 80 by 80 pixels. These would not be considered professional photos. The first one is obvious. The second one, because it looks like a mug shot. You definitely want to smile in your picture and not have such a sharp shadow. The third one's not bad, except for the position of his hands makes it look a little goofy. And the fourth one, well, it's clearly her hair. Make sure your profile is public so people can find it. Choose skills that best describe your work. Sometimes our job titles aren't that clear, so explain what you do. If you're looking for a job, make sure you say open to opportunities, not I need help, I need a job. Insert relevant keywords in your headline, job title, and summary based on the industry that you worked in, the locations that you've worked, the company names, and even software versions. I mean, get really specific. These are LinkedIn's top 10 overused profile words from their own blog. And what's sad is that most of these have been on my resume and on my LinkedIn profile. So I thought, well, what can we do instead? And so I went and found a top thought leader that is just got promoted and looked at his resume, his profile, and these are the kinds of words that I found instead. So it's easy to find them. I'll show you other places to look to get some ideas for yourself, but let's not use the old hackneyed words, the overused ones. So why would you want to promote your profile? Well, people you connect with can see that you have skills that they can use. That's called marketing. And sometimes we want to advertise, but they don't like blatant advertising. Who are they? Your fellow LinkedIn members. So instead, put information about maybe your blog or website, information that they can use, not just an ad. And then public relations. Sometimes you want to position yourself as an authority on a subject, so you can post things that show that you are that authority. You can also change your URL so that your LinkedIn URL so that it's easy to share. So it'll ask, what do you want after linkedin.com/in/, and then you can make it yourself if it hasn't already been taken. And you can also create a badge, and there's a place where you can select the badges and then post them on your blogs, your website, or even on your email signature. Now that you've set up your profile, you want to get connected. You want to find contacts. So if you have a Twitter account and a Facebook account, make sure that you list it there, that you're looking for people to connect with. Search for people based on your contact list, your jobs, and your education. You'll find a lot of people that went to the same schools that you went to. And then find super connectors in your field. A super connector is someone who has 500 or more connections. So when you connect with them, now you're second level connection with all of those people. So what does that mean, second level? Well, for example, I know this person. I know somebody who knows this person. That's a third level. I don't know anybody that knows this person. So that's out of my network. And so you want to find somebody, try to get as many first and second levels as you can. And you want to connect with them and also later seek endorsements and recommendations from them. This is the default invitation, and if it's good enough, then use it, but you do have to say how you know the person. And if you don't know them, you don't connect with them. It's a good idea to change the note if they might have a curiosity. Who are you? How do I know you? If there's some fear that they might not remember you. And this is what it might look like when they get it. And they can choose to accept it or not. And if they don't accept it, you won't know. So keep that in mind if you don't want to accept other people's. And You can always remove connections, and again, they won't know unless they have an app. It is not something in LinkedIn to see who has removed me. Getting recommendations is like getting a reference letter from a boss or an old supervisor. It's fully transparent. Anyone who contacts you, they can contact whoever wrote the endorsement or the recommendation. So keep that in mind. It should be a real person. And so you just ask them, just as if you were asking them for a letter of reference. Thank them when you ask them, and then make sure you thank them again when they've done it. Let's look at some recommendation do's and don'ts. Do focus on quality recommendations from executives and former bosses. Get one from each company where you worked. Thank those who give them to you, and then consider who will you turn around and give a recommendation to. Don't just get recommendations from friends. Again, it's transparent. They can tell. Don't give back-to-back recommendations. If you just do a whole bunch of them at once, it looks like you're just trying to do it to get them. Don't seek recommendations from those people who've worked under you. They would feel compelled to do it, and other people would look at that and see through it. And don't try to list more than 25 recommendations. It's good to get at least one from each company where you've worked, but no more than 25. Now, there's also something called endorsement, and it's really easy to endorse someone. You simply choose the endorse check. And if you don't endorse somebody for all the things that they're giving you, then make sure that you delete. There's an X there, so you can delete. Now it's time to join a group. Choose groups based on what you're interested in. So if you're interested in social media, for example, you can type in social media and see that there's a lot of groups based on social media. In fact, this one has almost 500,000 members. So if I go to that group and look for it, you go to more group statistics and you can see how active they are. Now, this wasn't a good judge because it was the holiday week, but if they're active, that means you'll have a higher number of comments than discussions. In other words, that means people are responding to discussions. In this case, it wouldn't be a necessarily good group to join. However, it does have 500,000 members that could possibly see your posting. And our goal is to join about 10 groups. Some of them are only by invitation. So if you join that group, you have to wait for them to allow you to join. For example, in this one, you have to be ITIL certified to be a member. Build your reputation by introducing yourself to each of the 10 groups. Give your background, what you're looking for from the group. Respond to each response you get. That's something I've been negligent of. I didn't realize that that was probably good etiquette. Browse the posts for key contributors, the ones that are most active, and read what they're saying, comment on their posts, and then you can engage them by asking questions. You can ask a question or request an opinion. It's a good idea to do it between two choices because sometimes the questions are so broad that nobody's going to respond. Make it to the point and relevant, but also interesting enough that you'll get responses, and respond to each response, either thanking them or asking an even harder question about it to get more of their input. You can also create a group, and to create a successful group, the purpose that most people join a group is to create a sense of community. So you'll want to do something like that. For example, make it exclusive, i.e. only open to Raspberry Pi users in the United States. And find group members, other people that are interested, to help run it. They can seek conversation, moderate discussions, and then share interesting content. Vet all members. Make sure that they do belong there. And it's a good idea to only allow relevant email updates and no blatant promotions that go right to advertising. That's the number one concern people have about LinkedIn. Another great tool is to look at companies and their profiles. For example, you can see what a company is interested in. You can see information about their careers and what they're looking for. It's a great place to look for titles. So if you are thinking about changing your title, even at your own company, you can see what kind of titles are available. And insights. For example, this is where I looked to see a better list of words on my profile. Look at somebody who's just been promoted and see what they've said on their profile. You can now follow thought leaders. Instead of being able to post to everybody, there are certain people who can, and they're called thought leaders. You'll find this under the Home tab, and you can choose the ones that you want to follow. This is new. It's called Signal. It's been in beta, and now it's available. It's under the News tab, and Signal is a way of saving a search so that you can look for something that you're interested in, and then save it, and it'll always be available to you. For example, you can browse for updates from your own stream. You can search for keywords, topics, or people that aren't in your normal stream. You'll see real-time stream based on what you've asked for. And you can also see more information about the people, and you can find top trending links across any relevant topic so that you can get information that may be outside of your network. If you're going to make LinkedIn a part of your daily life, try to log in the same time each day. I put it on my calendar so I can remember to do it. I give a daily status update. Now, one thing I can't do is take the time to post daily, but I do show a post daily, and I'll show you how I do it. You can monitor your groups, and then if you're not available, always use a smartphone app so you can check it when you're waiting at an airport. So how can I make a daily link or a daily post to my LinkedIn site without doing it every day? I use Hootsuite dashboard, and there's other dashboards available, but this is the one that I use. And you can post and compose your message and then schedule it so that it goes out every day. So I'm able to have one message go out a day. Make sure that you don't flood it. This is not Twitter. One a day would be the most people would want to hear from you, most likely. Thank you for joining us. I hope you liked it. If so, please click like, and we'll see you next time.